Hey, beautiful people, how y'all doing? Look at that damn coat. Why do I always wear white on the day I gotta do a whole bunch of color? I'm out here on my break. Yeah, I just started scheduling breaks because I'm tired. First of all, I want to come up on here because I got a little rant. After almost 6 years, I am getting ready to close my salon because I'm just over the responsibility. I have a set amount of clients. I make my quota. That I make my quota every day. And I'm about to close, and I'm about to go pay booth rent to one of my work besties. She got the same salon suit as me, and she by herself. I'm gonna go over there with her, pay her booth rent, and just be regular. I'm gonna work 9 to 2:30. Get out by 3, and I'm gonna go home and be a Kelton woman. I'm 22 years. I'm tired. Okay, I'm gonna stick with my regular clients, so y'all ain't gotta worry. And literally, I ain't even moving but to the next street over because my salon on one street and hers on the other. Okay, and so like I said, I'm not going through anything bad. It's just the fact I'm just tired of the responsibility. But and as I'm scrolling, and I come across this guy, and he was talking, and he was pretty much saying how the salon suites killed salon culture and um, killed salon pretty much. And I want to add on to that. I want to add on to that because I agree. But you got to put some context with it too, because how did we get there? How did we get there? I grew up in the salon. Okay, I know. Let's start, and I'm not talking about all stylists. I am not talking about all stylists. I'm not talking about all the OGs. But let's be clear. How did we get to where the girls is coming straight out of cosmetology school going straight to a salon suite? One, back in the day, you already knew how to do hair before you even went to cosmetology school. All the girlies that was in cosmetology school when I was coming up already knew how to do hair. I already knew. When you went to cosmetology school, you was only learning how to pass a board. Nowadays it's not like that. Now y'all actually, a lot of y'all don't know what the fuck y'all doing, and y'all are going to actually learn how to do hair. But most of the girlies that did hair back in the day, you already had a gift. It came to you naturally. Let's start right there. But a lot of girlies that had that gift, most of them was burned out. Damn, they're about 25. You know why? Because the OGs, the original OG bullies. Not all, but a lot of y'all took advantage of a lot of the hood chick that could braid real good, that did not have a license. The one, the mothers who got daughters who they pretty much brought up, training, had them in the salon working for free. And let's not forget about half of them, because when I came back to the States and got into the salon, I was a victim of this. The bitches, the other females in there trying to fuck your husband, fuck your man, fuck your client's man, start shit, or probably already fucking your man. Let's talk about how. But the big one is taking advantage of them young girls' money. I remember when I came back to the States, because the rules were set up different. When I came back to the States, I had to go back to cosmetology school because I did it as a friend. I worked under somebody when I got my license the first time out of high school. And when I came back to the States, I had to go to cosmetology school because I had no continuing education for damn 13 years. And it was either pay for all that continuing education, take out of class, or just go to cosmetology school. I decided, you know what, 10 years ago, I just go, on my phone. I would go to cosmetology school with the white girls and learn how to do color because I was fascinated with color. And that was the one thing I did not do when I was overseas. And I used to always talk to a lot of the chicks overseas, and they used to help me with the color because I was just fascinated with color. You know, all we knew how to do is put some light on you and go on. But I was very fascinated with color. And so I went back. I went to Paul Mission, and baby, I shined because I really wanted to do it. And while I'm shining, I used to teach a lot of the white girls how to do curly hair. And they used to teach me how to do color. I'm saying all this to say the OGs is the reason. Let's add on how they used to take advantage. They're 60-40. They take 60, you get 40, and you ain't even using no products of theirs. Well, I remember I worked all week doing sew-ins and braids all week, and I may have had $250 at the end of the week. $5 shampoos. I got 2 kids. Now the good thing about me is I had a whole husband that took care of me. My husband was like, you need to come back. My husband, you can bring your ass back home and do hair out of the kitchen. You know what I'm saying? And that lady literally took advantage of me. I said 60-40. But even before then, when I was working under my family member, I was doing hair for free. When I actually got paid to do hair is when I started doing hair on my front porch, doing my homeboys in the neighborhood homeboys hair for $25. On my front porch. I made more money doing hair on my front porch than I did when I was taking out my cousin in her salon. Did I get all, in their mind, oh, you getting all this free education. I still got to eat. And it's my family. These my people. Y'all talking about salon suit. Them girls went over to the salon suit because they got tired of y'all taking advantage of them. They rather pay their expensive ass salon suit rent than to sit there and let y'all take advantage of them. Y'all messy. Y'all jealous. Y'all stealing people clothes. Let me tell y'all what happened to me when I first moved here back in 2016. I came here, right? And I'm back in Alabama. And I was I found a salon. They were so welcome for 2.5 years. I love working there. And then after a while, I'm younger. And they are older because I was the young one in the salon. And I did a lot of stuff because if something new came out, even if I wasn't good at it, I would take the class. Even if I ain't like I take the class. So I did a lot of stuff. My ministry wasn't their ministry, right? Long story short, after about 2 years, another person, the owner, their client started noticing something to work because the owner did not do what I did. And the one thing about in that salon I worked in, the best thing about it was working there, no one did the same thing. Everybody specialized in something different. So no one could take other people's clients. But the downfall about it, they would be like, another stylist client was like, can you do that? No. Can I get that? You know, they'll ask him, like, is it okay if I ask her to do my hair? Because he's the owner, the first thing he said was, she's in the house, I don't mind. But what he didn't take into account that them people want to keep coming and get it, because he did mostly chemicals. I didn't do a lot of chemicals back then. I didn't do a lot of chemicals, and that person did a lot of chemicals. So once they get to the point of where they want to transition and come over to my side, then guess what started happening? A little animosity, right? And I remember I was doing this lady hair for 8 months, and I was blowing. She said, is this going to take my hair? I said, is your hair falling out? She said, no, it's broad. I said, then why would you even ask me that? She said, I was just curious. And then she got quiet. I said, no, why you asking me that? Because one thing about me, I'm a Pisces, baby. I feel your discernment. I feel it. When you start to have some kind of animosity towards me, and you don't even have to say nothing. I can feel it. And I started to feel it. So I said, I pushed. I said, what's the problem, friend? I said, you got a head full of hair. You got no chemical free? What's going on? What's wrong? Well, it was told to me that this can take my hair. I said, crochet taking your hair? Come on, sis. I said, whoever told, I said, the person that told you, I'm sure they referred you to me, right? And she said, yeah. I said, why would a person refer you to a person that's going to take your hair out? Bad thing, friend. Now, it's on them. Because they 20-year clients is coming to me now. Now, we did the proper position. She asked you, and she asked me, and I said, if he ain't have no problem with it, I don't have a problem with it. Okay? And then not only that, I pay you blueprint. Why you want to buy supplies? Why you stealing my supplies? And then when I ask you about it, you get aggressive towards me and tell me I ain't touch your shit. Ain't nobody but me and you here, and me and you the only one that use colors, and I ain't seen you bought any colors since I started renting boots from you. I'm saying all this to say the bullying is what messed up the salons. People bullying, the messiness, the talking about each other, trying to sleep with people's husbands, 60-40. When you knew damn well I did a sew-in, the lady, I ain't even shampoo the lady hair. All I used was a drop of shampoo, and now I owe you 60%, 60-40. I get 40, you get 60 because it's the house. How come you can't get 40 and I get 60? Why you gotta get the majority and I'm doing all the work? Because you're tutelage. I already knew half why I came here. You're taking advantage of me. It's because y'all bullied and y'all took advantage. I love you, friend. That's what you talking about? Yes, I love you. I'm just saying. Did salon suit ruin salon culture? It sure did. But let's add on to it them bullies. Those OG bullies. Let's add them onto it too. Okay? Don't just say, don't sit up here and say that the salon suit ruined the culture, salon culture, without putting on them damn bullies taking advantage of them little girls coming out of school and having little girls in there doing all that hair. Oh, you ain't got no license? Let you be a talented. Let you be talented as fuck, but don't have a license. Hey, that was me. Hey, y'all, we got it bad, baby. We was damn near working sweatshops. Stop playing with me. So add on it. This salon suits ruined salon culture. It sure did. But add on them OG bullies too. Not everybody, because I had some beautiful queens that they gave me great tutelage and did me right. But also, I done had some that I wouldn't got them spit on. I done had some salon owners that I wouldn't fuck with. I would spit on them if they was on fire. Baby. I might dash it with a spray of alcohol, okay? Because I am unforgiving, and that is what I got to deal with on my day of reckoning when it's time for me to go on Judgment Day, okay? So I add on to it, okay? Add on it. Y'all people, if anybody tells you they love you, I love you. Happy reading.